everyone, and welcome to the weekly reading by Justine stream, which is me. I have I'm jumping out of myself today. Healing with the Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, as always. And again, I think last week was a lot better than the week before. I find it was more light, and I think the energy was not as intense. I think at the beginning of last week it was still a little bit intense, but not half as bad as the week before. So let's see what we have in store for this week. And hopefully this will help all of you. So for the beginning of the week, which is today, August 12th, so for the beginning of this week, we have friendship. Let's go into the book here. I like this. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling some new friendships, and I've been really excited about some things going on with new friends of mine, so this is kind of interesting. Changes in your friendships are occurring. Be lovingly honest with yourself and with your friends right now, and appreciate the healing benefits of a true friend. Not only are you changing on the inside, but your life is changing on the outside as well. Among these changes are your relationships with friends. Perhaps you fear that you no longer have common interests with old friends. I think this all the time. Or you may wonder if you'll meet new friends with whom you'll share close bonds. Changes in friendships are natural, and the angels ask you to surrender your relationships to them. Know that God and the angels watch over you and your friends. They will lovingly help you during these transitions. This card also signifies that you are ready to receive new friendships with people who mirror your interests and ambitions. Awesome. I love it. I really do. For the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday-ish, we have retreat. Retreat, retreat. Spend some time alone in quiet thought. Clear your mind and focus on your truth and priorities. Are you pushing yourself too hard, beloved child of God / universe, as I always say? The angels remind us that rest is a natural cycle in every living thing. Think of the mighty oak tree that grows in spurts and then it rests. It draws nourishment from deep within the earth and takes its time before growing upward again. Like the oak tree, it's important for you to nourish yourself with spiritual and emotional food, and I also find actual food that is healthy and that you feel guided to eat. While you are resting, take time to reflect on your heart's true feelings and desires. Your angels speak to you through your heart, and when you listen to and honor your feelings, you walk hand in hand with God and the angels. You will know that it is true divine guidance and not just your imagination or wishful thinking if it speaks of your desire to make a difference in the world. I think that's really interesting. I just bit my tongue. I think that's really interesting for two reasons. One, I find that a lot of people over-glorify being busy. And I think, yes, it is absolutely wonderful and great to be of service and to have a schedule going. But I find sometimes what happens is we use being busy as a distraction from ourselves and from our problems and from our emotions. And when it becomes that, that's when some issues start to arise. So it's definitely important to, yes, be of service, and yes, give to others, and yes, give to yourself, but make sure that you do give to yourself in the way that's not being forceful, in a way that's retreating, in a way that's quiet, in a way that allows yourself to rest. And I know there's a lot of judgment. I have a lot of judgment, I think, from, well, it comes from self. But people feed into it, friends and a lot of family who think that, it's bad to rest. It's not good to rest. Or why do you have to rest if, you're not doing as much as I am, and blah, blah, blah. But it's not about comparing, and, my energy levels are totally different than someone else's, and we all are different beings, and we can't say what's right for one person, what's wrong for a person either. So take some time to retreat, allow yourself to rest. If you feel that you need to rest, then listen to yourself, listen to your inner guidance, listen to your intuition, and rest if it feels like you need to. It's okay to do that. It's okay to rest. And for the end of the week, so Friday and the weekend, emerging. Again, I think I had this last week. I don't really remember. But I think, yeah, you know what? I think I did. So again, your true self, radiant, powerful, successful, and intelligent, is now shining through the surface. Allow your true self to be visible to others, for you to lift them up and inspire them. And again, we're in such an emerging time right now. And I just feel like kind of talking about that for a minute. As I said last week, there's so much going on with the planets. There was a new moon, and there's just a lot of intense energy, and we're kind of coming to a new place of enlightenment and a new place of a self-awareness. And I think even last week there was more emerging that was happening for me personally with friendships and with relationships, and I had a lot of new awareness come to me, because I think in a lot of situations, if you walk on a spiritual path, of course you try to be compassionate and you try to be kind and all these wonderful things. And so sometimes it's easy for us to get upset with someone else. And that's what I did. And I definitely was allowed to feel that, and I think it was right for me to feel that, but what I didn't realize was all the ways that I was being not the best in a situation, and I had to, kind of take ownership of that and get kind of back on track. So anyways, this looks like a pretty good week. I think there's still some awareness that we can always become. We can always become more aware of things, is what I'm trying to say. So the learning never ends. But for this week, focus on your friendships and make sure you take time for yourself to retreat. Remember that when you take time to rest and relax, you always end up showing up with more energy than you had in the first place. So that's something that's really important to keep in mind, because I find that sometimes I want to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and I'll rest later, and I run myself dry, and then I have nothing to give to myself, and I have nothing to give others. So when you allow yourself to rest, you end up being so rejuvenated and so refreshed, and you have so much more energy than you ever had for yourself and for others. And again, we're still emerging, we're still learning, we're still growing really rapidly and intensely right now, but I think it's not quite as intense as it was a few weeks ago. So I hope you guys enjoy your week, and we'll chat soon. Bye.